Hello everyone. Today we are going to look at two of the most common traps that you can play as a beginner chess player. The first trap is called fishing pole trap that you can play with black pieces, and the second trap is called legal trap which you can play with white pieces. Let me know in comments if you have ever played any game with these two traps, and also let me know how as a player you will avoid these traps. So let's get started. White opens up with e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6 and bishop to b5. This is called Ruy Lopez opening. And here it's very common to attack the bishop with the move a6. But in this variation, we will develop our other knight with knight to f6. White castles, and now a weird looking move, knight to g4. Now here it appears that the knight could have easily captured the e4 pawn. But it's not a free pawn, and capturing this pawn doesn't achieve anything. So let me show you a variation. After white castles, we capture the e4 pawn, knight captures e4, and now we get rook to e1, attacking the knight. Knight moves back, knight to f6, and here knight captures e5, white recaptures the pawn. Let's say after a couple of moves like bishop to e7, d4, black castles. Here we actually did not gain anything by capturing the e4 pawn. Instead you can see that white already has an open e file for the rook, and it's a big advantage for the white. So let's get back to the main line. Knight to g4. Now here most of the white players are tempted to push h3, attacking the knight and trying to kick away the knight. But we'll give a surprise to white. Instead of moving the knight away, we will push h5, inviting the white to capture this knight. Now this is the beginning of the fishing pole trap. Here most of the common chess players will be tempted to capture the knight. Let's check out what happens if white captures this knight. And also let me know in the comment section, what would you play as white in this position? So here h captures g4 and h captures g4. Now you can see the whole idea behind this sacrifice. We are attacking the knight on f3 with the g4 pawn. We get an amazing open h file for the rook, and the queen is ready to jump into the action. Now here knight has only one square to move, and that is knight to e1. And we bring our queen into the action, queen to h4, threatening the checkmate on h1. Now white has to make some breathing space for the king, but it's too late. So he pushes f3, trying to make an escape square for the king. And here we push g3. We take away that escape square from the king, and now there is no escape route for the king left. Here white tries rook to f2, hoping that if we capture this rook by the pawn, then king will move to f1, and if we give a check on h1, king can move to e2 square and escape. But here we simply have to deliver a checkmate, queen to h1. Now white can also prolong this game by one more move. For example, after queen to h4, instead of pushing h3, he can try to push f4. Now here we push g3, and white can block the h file with queen to h5. And here white has to suffer a material loss. We simply capture the queen with the rook. Queen captures h5. And still we are threatening the checkmate. There is no escape route for the king. Rook to f2 and queen to h1, checkmate. So friends, I hope you enjoyed this fishing pole trap. Let's move on to the next trap. Let's take a look at another deadly chess trap, which is called the legal trap. Now it's a very basic trap which you can play with white pieces, and you can play this against the beginner players. If you are a Bollywood fan, you would remember that Akshay Kumar played this trap in the movie Rustom. So let's check it out. We have e4, e5, knight to f3. Here white develops the king's knight and attacks the pawn on e5. Black defends d6 by pushing the queen's pawn to d6. Now this is called Philidor's defense. Here we have knight to c3 and bishop to g4. Now with this move, black is spinning the white knight on f3. White develops the light square bishop, bishop to c4. And now you can see that this light square bishop is aiming at f7 pawn, which is kind of a weakness at this point in time in black's defense. Now here we have knight to c6 and white pushes h3, attacking the black bishop. Now this is where white usually makes a mistake by playing bishop to h5. Now black is maintaining the pin on the knight, but we will surprise the black with the move knight captures e5. And now you can see that there is a double attack on the f7 pawn. Now this move looks like a blunder because now black can easily capture white's pawn. But it's actually the best move for the white. The question is, can black safely win the white queen here? Let's see what happens when black captures the queen. Bishop captures d1. Now black plays a move which looks the most logical move here. You are up the material and it will be a huge advantage for the black. But this is a blunder. Now white can give checkmate in 2 moves. Now pause the video and see if you can figure out those 2 moves. Here white plays bishop captures f7 check, and king has only one square to move, and that is king to e7. And now we deliver the checkmate with the other knight. Knight to d5 checkmate. So friends, this was legal trap. I hope you enjoyed this trap. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in comments how you can avoid falling into these traps. And also, if you like this video, please share and subscribe. Thank you again. Bye.